Hey, I'm Ocean. Before we begin, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you find this entertaining, and blah blah blah. That's out of the way. I think that James Gunn's Superman movie, it looks like it's going to be bad aesthetically. It looks like visually it's going to look like crap. It looks like a similar situation to where like a lot of people liked the Black Panther movie, right? Like they liked that, but that movie looked like crap visually, or like it didn't look like crap, but the effects were not very good. This movie looks like it's gonna look like crap, and the effects are not gonna be very good because all of the photos have looked pretty lackluster. They look like CW shots. I'm gonna say a lot of stuff that not a lot that other people have said before. Like the costumes do not look like they were tailored to the actors. They look like they were made in Party City and then just slipped on. And it doesn't even look like they measured the actor's physique at all or prepared for it in such a way. Now, I could be wrong, like sometimes they can put effects and CGI over the suits, and that makes the suit look different. And a good example of that is Robert Pattinson's suit in The Batman, in Matt Reeves' The Batman. And that suit didn't look that great in leaked set photos, but when it got to the movie, it actually did look good with the lighting that they had for that movie and everything. But what's different about this is Robert Pattinson's suit just looked like not so good. It just looked like but this Superman suit actually looks really bad. And I know that it's kind of divisive, and half the people think it's a good suit, half the people think it's not a good suit. And I also got to say that starting off with something that divisive before the movie even starts is not a good sign, because what was bad about the previous DCU movies was that they were so inconsistent in that they were so divisive and nobody was ever fully on the same page on who liked it and who didn't. I was a huge fan of Zack Snyder's movies. I'm a big Snyder fanboy, but I also recognize that those were objectively divisive and that half the people loved them and half the people hated them, right? So if they want to go for a movie that most people like, I think they should change the suit, but they probably don't have time. There's probably too much of the movie made, but maybe they can smooth it over with effects or something. But all the costumes don't look great in terms of quality. They look very comic accurate, which I love, which is one of the things I loved about Zack Snyder's costumes in his DCEU movies. The only difference was in those ones, they looked very high quality, they looked expensive, and they looked comic accurate. These ones, in James Gunn's set photos, they look very low quality, they look very cheap, but they look comic accurate, though. Like, again, like CW level of costumes and stuff like that. And I also just have to admit, I'm one of the people who's pretty butthurt that we're not going to get Henry Cavill as Superman again, because he was my favorite Superman. The DCEU movies, at least like the first like 3 ones, were like some of my favorite superhero movies ever. I loved Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder's my favorite director. And the fact that we're not going to get a Justice League 2 and 3 to finish out those stories, and everything's getting reset just so randomly, it's like, I'm butthurt about it. I'm going to be honest about it. There's nothing like objective about that. It's just this new DCU that's up and coming. This is not something that I'm excited for, and I don't even know if I'm even going to watch the Superman movie. It's not because I want it to fail necessarily. I have no interest in it, because the Superman that I was obsessed with was Henry Cavill Superman, and then his story just got cut off after Zack Snyder's Justice League, and we're not going to get to see how that resolves. So, yeah, I don't even know if I have that much interest in this. And again, this is going to be a very consequential release for this Superman movie. It needs to be good to get people interested in this new universe. But I do think the movie will be good in quality. I think the story will probably be good in the acting, and it'll probably be a fun movie. But it looks like it's going to look like crap visually. Like the effects are going to be lackluster, and like the costumes are going to look terrible. That's what it looks like. But James Gunn knows how to make superhero movies. He knows how to make them entertaining and fun and iconic. Like when he made the second Suicide Squad movie, I really, really loved that movie. That was some of the most fun I ever had watching any movie ever. So I think James Gunn can do a good job. It's just, again, I got to be honest, I'm butthurt, and I wish we just got the rest of the DCEU, because I'm not really interested in this. And even that whole Creature Commandos show that's coming out, that just looks like Suicide Squad again, but with different characters, like with different types of characters or something. And it's already getting confusing with Amanda Waller having the same voice, and it's somehow a different universe. They weren't even, you can tell how last minute it was that they wanted to reset the universe and do this new thing, because the way they did it doesn't even make sense. At the end of the Flash movie, Batman becomes George Clooney. It doesn't reset to this new Batman, whoever the new Batman's going to be in James Gunn's DCU. Obviously, it's not going to be George Clooney. So they don't even care about making it make sense. They're just like, screw it. Don't even think about it. Let's just start our new thing. It's like X-Men Fox Universe timeline logic where it's just like, screw it. Let's not even think about making this cohesive and make sense. So hopefully that doesn't continue into the new DCEU from that story point starting on, because the way they ended the previous one with the Flash movie, the way they ended that with George Clooney, it made no freaking sense. So I don't know. I'm not super excited for this new slate of movies, and again, I just think that the Superman movie's not going to look good visually, but it probably will be, at the very least, perfectly serviceable good movie. At the very least. But yeah, I'm not really excited for it. And if you want to enjoy it, that's fine. But I'm just not really interested in it. I don't even know if I'm going to watch it. If it gets really high reviews, maybe I'll watch it. But other than that, I just don't really have any interest in that. But anyways, that's kind of all I had to say. Like and subscribe and comment if you enjoyed anything that I had to say. And have a good day.